We live once again. What is
He's
up,
live.
people? I'm getting on to the
Sorry.
book. Getting on to the book of face.
Yeah, we're running a little behind.
Oh, we're all right. We're always a little
Last
behind. That's the way we roll.
last minute technical difficulties.
As always, it wouldn't be us without technical difficulties. There's just no other way to put it. We are the technical difficulty folks. We're live.
Hello there.
What's up, Greta? How you doing?
What's that, Miss Greta?
Happy spooky season. Halloween
No, we're
best.
up to 7. Yay. What's that, Miss Greta?
And now you need to turn off yours. What's up,
Yep,
Nick? How
I
you
did.
doing?
Howdy, folks. I am very curious for how tonight goes.
Yeah, I'm a little curious on how this is going to roll as well. So can't wait for. I'm slaving away. I have spooky ducks. Now we are talking. I had this little guy. And when I mean little, here, let me find a Hot Wheel to put him on top of here.
Browns Steelers, yeah, that's a classic NFL rivalry. Hey, James. Hi, Jonathan.
He's just a little guy.
Nice.
I don't remember where I found it, but
Hi, Mike.
he found his way to me. So
Mr. Gary, how are you all? So I think this is going to be good. Oh, Greta wants your duck.
no, you cannot have my duck. I'd give you this one, but not this guy. He's cool. I must keep little duck.
So like I said, I think this is going to be really different tonight. I really hope we get a lot of interaction and feedback going with it. For those of you who don't know or haven't seen, tonight begins a multi-part series that's going to be spread out over, I think, several months, where we're going to take different aspects of customizing and do a demonstration / tutorial for that. Tonight, as Cory liked to call it, and he's popped in into the feed, but he hasn't hit the link yet, is what we call the economical custom. So this is going to be, I think, a down basic, real cheap way to go.
Cool.
That's his thoughts. Those were his words, not mine. So, before we get into that, let's do a little housekeeping as we always like to do. I'm going to put this up there. That is the flyer for next week, or not next week, but October 23rd. And we are happy to report that we are sold out for the day or for the show.
Cannot wait.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been to the bank, you need to make the run up once, because it's a whole nother venue. It's nothing like when you think toy show, you go to a gym or something like that. This is a really big conference room that is just glass all over the place, and it's super cool because you've got great views, you got plenty of sunlight. This is probably one of the brightest shows that I've ever seen in person. I mean, the amount of sunlight that comes through these windows is just insane. So if you can make it, please make a run up.
The great thing is they're self-tinting. Plus, we have a full-on place where you can sit down and eat and even look out into the room. So if you're selling, you can sit there and watch your tables literally while you're sitting there eating. So Again, October 23rd, 10 to 3, Elkhorn Valley Bank Community Room up on the 3rd floor. Be there, please. It's going to be a good time.
Going to be a good one.
All right. So, and as Hot Wheel Hunter says, the view is pretty epic.
Oh, yes.
All right. So we've got Cory here. He's in the background ready to bring him on. So let's do it. Well, hello there, Mr. Cory. How are you?
Good.
It's been
Okay.
a wonderful day.
I'm sensing some sarcasm there.
Just a little bit.
So, what do you have for us tonight? I use the word economic. Is that the
Economic? Yeah. I'm going to pretty much say that this will be a example of the low budget customizing. Because like a lot of people can't afford all the fancy stuff, and what I'm going to do is kind of do a quick demonstration on how I build my cars and still have fun with it and not worry about the high dollar stuff.
Nice.
So I'm going to try. I don't know how to flip my phone.
There should be a button that looks kind of like two arrows doing a circle.
Not on my phone.
On your phone, it's probably going to have a little button at the bottom that says cam.
Yep.
Okay, you got to hit the cam button.
Or
no, I'm sorry. Hit the cam button again and then go to settings. And then there's camera.
Camera.
And then you can change it from front to rear that way.
Oh, that one maybe? Nope.
Oh, that's zoomed.
Yeah, you might have two front cameras. Yeah, it should say one that says rear.
There we go. Winner, chicken dinner.
All right. So
yeah, we can get into that too.
You're going to have to teach me to get back to the other screen. So
do the exact same thing again.
Yep. Settings, camera, switch it around.
So you can see what I'm doing, right?
Yep. We got you.
All right.
We got you.
So tonight, I'm going to combine these.
Okay, so you've got a Roger Dodger and a 55 gasser.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I'm intrigued because I couldn't think of any way to put those two together. So,
so what do you have for tools?
So this is a 1/16 drill bit. And I always start with this just because it gets the rivet a nice clean path.
You said 1/16?
Yep, 1/16. And a lot of guys use drill presses and they get a straighter shot, which is a big plus. But the reason I use this, the small one first, is so I can get a nice clean hit when I go into the rivet.
There you go.
It's kind of like
hole.
A pilot hole. Yeah. Thank you, Brent.
No problem. Put them here.
The 1/8 inch drill bit. Which usually rips off the top of the rivet, and you can see how it ripped it off.
And you just pull that.
Wow. Right off. So now your car's apart.
There, over there. I was looking for where my drill bit is.
Now, folks, please know if you're working with small kids that they have like safety glasses and things like this. But since Cory is a trained expert,
there you go.
All right.
See, I use a 9/64 drill bit. It just does it in one shot.
Well, the reason I do the little one is because one of these days I'm going to learn how to screw them back together instead of gluing them back together.
I hear you,
I
man.
can show you that. That's easy.
So that's why I'm getting into that faster. And I glue all my stuff yet. I don't, because I want to move on to the next project and have fun.
I hear you.
Gotcha.
So this is the next step. It's seeing how this fits. I really like that. But I don't like the tires. And I don't know if you guys know Matchbox has some cool, they have some really cool tires. Now,
Sure, turn this off real
look
quick.
at them tires. Those are fatties, and they make awesome back tires for gassers.
Ooh,
I know everyone in their board hates Matchbox. But I love the fact that I can take this Matchbox, tear it apart, and not for care.
And our buddy Dave has chimed in, and he says it's a 256 tap.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So
see, that's the other thing I like about the Matchbox wheels. They're not like Mattel wheels where you got to pry them out. They just drop right out.
And the problem with Matchbox is sometimes you have to sliver a little bit to get those in. So what I do when it's a plastic body, I just slice those off.
Oh, you're talking about the little anchors that hold them in.
The axle goes in. And
sorry, I'm trying to play along with him.
With Matchbox, the axle port is thicker.
Yep.
So what I always have to do, this is why I have my safety glasses, is anytime I get this thing out.
Now, what is it? Is that a Dremel?
Dremel, yep. I got my cut blade on. And anytime I have this on, I always put my safety glasses on because I watch a lot of YouTube and I've seen a lot of stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're just shaving that channel to make it a little bit wider.
Yep, I'm just making it a little bit wider, clean it out. And this is one of your favorite tools. Clean that out.
See, I use a very small screwdriver to do that because I know me. I'll cut myself.
All right.
Now, how's the width on that? You're not having to modify the width of the.
Nope. This time I don't have to, which is the plus. And I always, when I'm playing with cars, I always try to make it so I don't have to modify the frame if I don't have to.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
Because that's always an important part. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the hood out without destroying it too bad. And just so you know, with experience, when you start cutting these things, they get hot.
Yeah, I actually figured that out the hard way on the bone shaker project that I had. I was holding this front end, and it started getting a little toasty in my fingers.
So, why were you wanting to, or what's the advantage of cutting out that hood? I mean, that seems pretty obvious. Why were you wanting to cut out the hood again? I mean, other than the obvious.
You talk. You talk. I can't hear. So
What'd you say?
I said, why were you wanting to cut out the hood?
Why were you wanting to cut out the hood?
I'm making it a gasser.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we've got our first question for the night. What car do you like to customize the most, or what's your favorite?
Dad, what car is your favorite one to customize?
All of them.
Love that answer. Man, that sounds brutal.
So Kent, what is your favorite one to customize? While he's working there for a second.
Well, while I was doing it, I loved cutting up 67 GTXs. Mainly, I was a paint and wheel swap sort of guy. This is new to me.
And like for me, I like to come up. Like I've only done really 2 customs, but I'm kind of getting into it a little bit more, and I've got a few projects that I'm working on. I mean, obviously these wheels are going to look pretty cool on this Rolls Royce when I get around to doing it. But I've also got I've got an old Poison Pinto laying around. This is all I have, so I'm going to have to get very creative on what I do because I don't have any interior, I don't have any base, so. But that's something I'm going to get interested in. And if any of you saw my little custom that I made for the Hardy Adams Invitational there up in Sioux City, I'm actually going to be recreating that one hopefully for the Columbus Nationals. And then I've got some other stuff that I'm in the process of coming up with as well. So
now, what wheels are those that you're using? Again, is it that looks like out of something else?
That came from something else. All right, here, let me
those
see.
Look
this.
like the gasser wheels from the Pearl and Chrome set.
Yep. So this is my dump bin. Okay. So I got that dump bin, and I got that for dump bins.
Wow. That's a lot of dump bin.
These are all bodies.
Wow.
These are all frames. Windows, interior. Important little parts that I don't want to lose.
That is impressive.
And
wow.
These are that's a mixed one, a mixed box.
Wow. That's cool because you're not limited to just what you can, when you just buy a casting, you're not limited to it. You have all sorts of things that you can reach out and go to. That is super cool.
And that's why it's a lot of fun. Even with my girls, they enjoy coming out here and putting cars together. It's funny because they'll always go to the body, and then they will look for the frame, and they will look for the window and the interior. I'm like, no, customize it.
Yeah.
Oh, so they put it back to normal.
Yeah, they're trying to put it back together at the time. I was like, you do what you want. Have fun with it. So, yeah, I'm not 100% where that front axle came from.
It looks like it's from one of the gassers, but yeah, I mean, I can agree because I'm using a Matchbox Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud, and I'm using the wheels off of the and Kent, you actually drilled this base. This is from the Japanese Historics Mazda RX-3.
Oh, yeah.
That was the purple one that you drilled for me at the golf course years ago.
Yep.
And this is the project that it was for. And I just drilled the base tonight. So, yeah, I'm a little bit behind schedule.
So what are you, when you're putting everything together right now, what are you looking for in terms of fit? Putting it back together. How do you want to, what are you looking at to make sure that the car fits back together right?
Well, that's always the problem because you're always looking at what direction you're going to go. So let's say I got it pretty much down where the tires are going to go. But now the problem is I have to switch those two out because this is not going to work the way I planned. So I'm having a backfire here.
Hey, it's not a backfire. It's just a recreate. Now you're coming up with a new idea on the fly. So,
Yep. All right, I can do this. I can do this.
I got faith in you.
What?
All right, so that works.
Now, is that the Roger Dodger base?
Yep. Since we have to use the base because with me cutting the hood out,
Yeah.
I have to use the base, so I still have the front end. I still got the rear end.
So you have a spot for your post to glue back to, correct?
Yep. But I'm going to actually change that up because I want the gasser look.
Yeah, when I'm coming up with a customized project, I always like to hold things up and look at the cars from the side and see what would look kind of cool with it. And I like to I wish I had a graveyard like that. I could probably build a bunch of different stuff. Maybe I need to start buying those quarter bins at toy shows and just making a graveyard of my own.
Yeah.
Customizing is a very deep rabbit hole.
Well, there it is. I like that.
Now,
this is cool because I'd have never thought to make a Roger Dodger into a gasser with Matchbox sprint wheels. That's just insane. It's a cool idea though, but it's not something I would have thought of. So that's kind of neat.
yeah, it's very different. I like it. You had to widen that back axle or back.
I'm going to have to. Yeah.
Again. So
That's
how
gonna
do
be
how do you know when you think you've got it right?
You don't.
It's a logical answer because you never know, where you're going to end up with something. So
Back it up.
Typically, how long does it take for you to build a car from start to finish?
Well, I used to do these challenges with a buddy. He's not around anymore, but I would do these challenges with him and tell him half hour.
oh wow.
Wow.
I gave him a half hour to build a car, and then I build a car at the same time. And we would put a piece of plywood in between us so that we didn't see the other people's work.
That's one way to do it.
Now, do you see others copying or doing things similar to you?
Right. So it was always a surprise, which was always awesome because you didn't know what that guy was doing, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really wish I could do those half-hour challenges again because, for one, it took me into my own zone.
Yeah.
And I was able to get away from parenthood and
Makes sense.
I wondered if that's who you meant. Hi, Miss Barb. Larry, how are you? And that was Barb, by the way, for those of you who can't see it but are watching through the stream. But that's Barb with that comment there.
What'd she say?
Yeah. She said those were fun challenges.
Oh yeah.
He then had Facebook friends vote.
Yep.
Yeah, custom build off. I can see that in their future as well. Once we get
Yeah,
the racing thing down.
yeah. I think it could be fun. Have a table or have 2 tables set up in the back and just give them the same car or give them
Yeah.
the same 5 cars or something like that and be like, all right, make something.
Yep.
That could be interesting.
I need to look for a motor.
A motor.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not
They
going
can-
to keep the gasser motor. You're going to use something else.
Well, I
This is
was
cool.
going to use it, but now I'm thinking a different direction. So I'm going to go this way. Oh,
This is super cool. I wish I had totes like that. You could have all sorts of fun.
here. Let's just bring it to the light.
I wish I
was
had-
that's one of the challenges.
Whoa.
Wow.
Well, that is a tractor. Okay.
Dad's
That is so cool.
friend.
A rat rod tractor. That's freaking hilarious.
Well, I'm definitely going to have to stay retired.
And I'm just coming into the game, so that's so cool.
Yes.
Gasser motor would require a lot of bobby change exhaust. There
Mm,
you go.
That's another challenge. That's super cool. It's like 3 or 4 castings in there.
Yeah, minimum.
So these are all half-hour builds.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that includes the paint?
Yeah.
Wow.
What you see?
I'm staying retired.
Come on. There you go. Yeah.
You gotta love those little plastic clips that won't let go.
Man, that's very Mad Max-ish.
That's crazy.
See, and the deal was you had a half hour to build, and whatever you got done, you got done. So as you see on
Top Chef.
this one that I'm getting ready to show, this challenge where my finger is, the one that's not done is mine, and that was the other guy's.
Wow.
So he definitely won because he was able to complete, and I wasn't.
Looks like a pedal driver. That is insane. I'd have never thought of this. This is what I like right here. Is just for that complete randomness that threw to something together using. I mean, it's a tractor in a way too fast and a 32 Ford in a way too fast. I mean, it's so cool just to see the amount of different castings that were thrown together. This is really cool.
Of course, with some lovely M2 boxes.
Hey, man, storage is storage.
These are actually the 100% cases.
Oh, those are. Oh, I didn't see that. Yep. Yeah. There they are.
100% low, yeah.
Wow. This
Nice.
is so cool.
Sounds like somebody's having fun.
Well, there we go.
That's so cool.
So
Very cool.
where are you at right now? Are you trying to get that final fit and finish in there, or are you?
I'm seeing what I want to do as far as cutting that off, because I think I want to cut that off.
When you say cut that off, are you talking about the engine or the fenders?
The exhaust.
The exhaust on the engine? Okay.
But at the same time, I'm thinking I'm just going to cut that off because
that might be just easier.
Well, you're gluing everything in there, so you don't need those front forks in there. So yeah.
This is so cool. Speed customizing.
No, I can zoom it back. We need to do this. Put that back in. Now it's going to be hard to hold in.
I think this is gonna look. Wow.
Okay, so that's easy fix. Yes.
Are you gonna shave down that?
That's crazy.
Nope, he's not. Oh yeah, he's gonna shave the exhaust tips off a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Get him some short modified. Now, is that was that plastic engine or?
Yeah, these are plastic.
Oh, that makes it a lot easier. I like how that sits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I don't like the openness right there, but you know, down the road when I do want to put time into it, I can add little things here and there.
Yeah, or you could take the front of the hood and you could take that front piece
back.
and cut it off and then glue it back down there and fill it in. And
Oh, yeah,
I mean, obviously
definitely.
it'd be a little bit more than a half-hour build, but you know what I'm saying. You know, you could fill that back in and have that front valance back there, so that'd be cool too.
Now, is that a mod rod engine that you used?
Yep.
So that's what it looks like.
And folks, he's only been doing this for about 20 minutes, so to be that far along with that's pretty awesome.
Because
I ain't gonna lie, wow.
I know how long I spent working on my original Mercedes. I put entirely too much time into that one. The Bone Shaker custom I made for the Sioux City show, I had about, I don't know, I had probably about 8 or 9 hours in that one. So I'm definitely speeding up, but I went from 4 months to 10 weeks. So
now, is there any tips that you would give to folks if they're using tools or, you know, they're, you know, for our imagination or anything like that? What advice would you give somebody? You know, what tools have worked, what tools haven't?
I haven't found any tools that haven't worked for me because every tool that I come across, I've always made them work. Dremel, definitely.
yeah,
I was going to show you guys carb cleaner. So let's say I wanted to just keep this car red. And I didn't want to take the paint off and do anything like that. That carb cleaner takes all the decal off.
You said carb as in like for carburetors, right?
Yep.
I've never see. I've always used acetone. So
Yep, you can use. There's so much out there that you could use. So if you want to keep the red, you know it. That's what I always do.
Now,
Or
how? Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was going to ask you when you're using that carb cleaner. I used to use aircraft stripper, and
Well,
man, that used that. Well, when I was stripping a car, that stuff burns.
This stuff.
Yeah.
Carb cleaners not.
It does really good. And it actually keeps the body lines nice. And I've just started using this. So I'm still practicing with it. But whenever I clean a body that I'm not worried about the inside, I would put the wire wheel.
Wire wheel? Okay. See, and I have access to a media blaster with I think it's 75 psi, and that seems to clean things up pretty good without damaging any paint or excuse me, damaging the car in any way. Hey Kyle, how are you?
You got a polishing wheel and everything. Man, he is definitely above our pay grade here.
There's one guy who told me he likes to use it was when he goes to reload his ammunition, he's got a tumbler and he uses that, and that shines up the meal. Another question here from Hunter. He wants to know, when you paint, are you airbrush or rattle can? Oh, we have a safety.
OSHA, look away.
So for those that are just popping in here tonight, what we're doing is the first part of our series of customization videos and live streams. Cory Spencer is with us tonight, and he's doing what he calls a budget custom. So, yeah, Barb's answering that for us, and she says he's a rattle can guy.
Nice.
This is, oh wow, that's pretty clean.
Yeah.
And you can keep a lot of your lines.
Whoa.
And you don't have to wait for that acetone to do its work.
Yeah.
The work's done.
That's crazy.
Dad.
And, you know, again,
I got 3 girls talking me off.
they're doing
you're fine,
they're doing
brother.
a great job tonight, actually.
Wait.
Oh, hi. How are you? Oh, nice.
I see that cars.
And they're making cars literally as Cory's building his.
That's so cool. It's a family customizing show.
This series that we're going to do, we're going to spread this out over several months. And the idea is just cover different aspects of it. So, like I said, tonight's episode is basically a budget custom, to use Cory's words here. And he's used a 55 gasser and a Roger Dodger, and he looks like he's pulled wheels from a Matchbox
Sprint car.
And used an engine from a mod rod. So
that is so crazy.
Anything.
So literally, it's 4 different cars into one.
And he's still only about 20 to 25 minutes into this build.
That's cool.
I think this is pretty impressive, really. I mean, and there's so many different ways that you can do this.
Yeah.
So, great camera work tonight over at the Spencer house.
Yeah, she's doing great.
That would be Zayden.
Hi.
Zayden, how are you?
Good. How are you?
We're watching your dad do his magic here, so this is pretty cool. Thanks for letting us do this.
Magic stuff. He's doing what? Ow!
Okay, is that hot? Yep, that's hot.
Ow!
Got to do that touch test. Oh, it's still hot. I'm gonna move on. Oh, there's a red line Mercedes sitting there.
A lot of people do decal work.
I think.
I wanted to just do a quick. I'm not going to paint this car, so I really think it's nice the way it is.
Okay. And you have a question of, what was your paint brand of choice?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say, with the low budget factor, tonight I've learned that my paint has gone up. So
the Fusion Krylon. Krylon is one of my favorites because you can accidentally take a Rust-Oleum paint and put it over a Krylon. But if you put a Krylon over a Rust-Oleum, it'll bubble and you'll have to start all over.
Good to know. Good to know.
So this stuff that's Fusion, I have not had a problem with this stuff ever.
And where do you
Nice.
buy that at?
Walmart.
Nice.
It's a Walmart paint. And what's also nice about it is it does dry fast. So that's a big plus too.
Now, when you get ready to paint, do you do anything to the rattle can to get it ready so that the paint goes on smoothly or as evenly as possible?
Yes. In the summer, I usually don't have a problem because it's already hot, and my garage stays hot. But when it gets cold, the garage usually stays about 54, so I'm not freezing my paint. But I always bring out a tub of hot water to throw the can in the hot water, get that paint back being warm.
Okay.
That's how you get it.
That's a good tip for us people that are stuck in the Midwest in the wintertime. So
basically it thins that that paint out so it comes out of the nozzles smooth.
okay, we got another question. Do you use any style of oven or heat lamps or anything like that to help them dry?
Nope. That's why I like this. You don't need to. Rust-Oleum, you have to. You have to make sure it stays in a warm temperature. I don't even know if I have any in here. Rust-Oleum. That's the name of the brand, the other brand that's always out there that everyone sees and able to get. The nice thing about Rust-Oleum, when it dries, it is hard. It dries hard and it dries nice. That's the only thing I like about Rust-Oleum. Fusion does that too. And what's nice is lately they've been coming out with some really nice colors. I love this color. They have a magenta that I don't have the lid for anymore. But they're starting to finally come around, and that's what is nice. Yeah. The only thing I don't like is the yellow. Maybe the yellow should be a lot brighter, but
Gotcha.
Some cool colors.
That's
I also wanted to do a quick
nope. We lost scent. Oh, there.
yeah. So there's my build. There it is. And I got to do some decal cutting, as you can tell, because that just came right up, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to redo that later.
But it still gets the point across, and it looks pretty cool. So that is crazy. That in literally just a little over a half hour, you have completely built that car.
So I wanted to also let people know that. So I got a guy that does decals also, but it's not, they're like stickers. So basically what I do is I take a car, rattle can it black, and simple, put the decal on the side. That's my business card.
Oh, there you go.
Simple little things.
This one. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this car. I know she's trying.
She's doing good.
Everybody knows the Quambi and the paint job. All I did was do a simple garage tour and a rat fink, and that was my garage tour card that I handed out to everybody.
There you go.
Nice. So what you're saying is you don't have to do full blown all out stuff to make an impact or make a cool custom.
A simple little detail like that goes a long ways, and people love that stuff, especially with all the car clubs that I'm in, car shows I go to. They eat that stuff up. They appreciate it. They love it. They thank you over and over again, and it's just a nice little bonus, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So this was one of the cars I wanted to show you. Does everybody know this Joker?
Yep. That's, I believe, out of one of the 5-pack sets.
Yep. No, it was not a 5-pack.
Or, that's okay. That's
This
just
is
the
a
Batman
single.
release one.
Yep. But when I bought this thing, I thought it was so cool, but I needed the exhaust. So I took the exhaust off.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Look at the front. I just took the grill completely off, and the motor dropped in after I took the exhaust off. But that's not the coolest part about this car. The coolest part is no one knew about the Diamondback.
Oh wow.
There's diamond windows in this T-bucket.
No, you can't see them. That purple just really.
They were hiding such a cool detail.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Ain't that awesome?
Yeah.
I love that.
That is cool.
This is one of the coolest cars out there that in my book that they did such a nice job hiding.
Man, it's nuts. It's just something that simple that all you did was you just removed things from it.
Yep.
And it made it look so much cooler.
I was going to paint it, but then I was like, no, I have to leave this.
I'd leave it alone just as it is. I think that this is one of those times where, we've all seen it where you put different wheels on something and it becomes 1,000 times different.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I'd have never thought that removing something like that would have made it look that different. That's crazy.
Another thing I wanted to show you guys was I did a coloring book a while back.
Hey, I see that car.
I built a car and I drew it.
That's super cool.
Hey, there's a toe jam.
That is not a toe jam. That's part of a toe jam.
Yeah. And a 32 Roadster.
It's crazy.
Wow. Super, super talented.
So that was fun.
That is super cool. And you can draw really well too.
I really want to do another coloring book. When I did the last coloring book, it was a hit at first, but then it died out. So now I'm thinking I need to do another one.
Well, yeah.
Well, you could always reach out to Zornog and have him hook you up with Fireball. That guy makes coloring books all the time. So
He's
I
expensive.
tell you what, Fireball and I have actually been talking.
there you go.
Nice.
There we go.
So, Barb, I've had this question up now a couple of times, but Barb wants to know: have you ever used the rattle can chalk paints?
Yet.
Yet.
It sucks.
That and the glow. For the life of me, the rattle can chalk and the rattle can glow, I cannot do.
You can't make it work.
Well, I mean, on a Hot Wheel, it's such a small surface, though.
This
Most
is
of the
dirty,
time.
but this is literally all glow in the dark. And I cannot get that thing. And there's 5 layers of glow on that.
And it just doesn't want to lay down.
No. Nope. So the only thing I can guess is the people that show off the glow, they're using a black light. And I don't have a black light.
Well, it is spooky season. You can go to pretty much any store and find a blacklight right now.
I'm already planning on it because I guarantee you that's the only reason these guys are getting these things to shine the way they post. So
Yeah.
I think it's a black light factor, but nowhere on the can does it say you need the black light.
Yeah, and black lights do definitely, because I've got a puzzle that has glow in the dark print on it, and with just a regular light blasting on it for like an hour, it'd be visible for like 2 or 3 seconds, and then it would be gone.
Right.
But I got one of my black lights from my Halloween stash out, and I used that, and that thing lit up like a Christmas tree, and it stayed that way for like 5-6 minutes before it faded away. So black lights are definitely fun to do.
That was a fun challenge.
Flintstones and a SoFine, and I don't know what the hood scoops out of.
Yeah, out of my box.
But I know it's a Flintstone SoFine, which is completely insane, but I love it.
Yeah, I think the scoop came from the truck, the dragster truck that just came out in that baby blue.
Oh, the Ford.
The Ford. Yeah, the Ford.
Yeah.
Ford.
Yep. I think that's where the hood came from.
That's crazy.
This is what one of my girls has been working on. That's crazy.
Wow.
SWAT van dragon with a seat. Looks like out of a model car. That is crazy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Somebody's had too much Mountain Dew.
Yeah, you guys. Oh yeah.
Hold it.
Where's your car? Okay, show everybody what Evelyn did.
Hold it. I have to sit and hold it. I'll hold on this one.
All right. There we go. Oh, that's cool. That's almost like one of the art cars, but
Yeah.
I think a little bit better.
We got a little Mercedes. I like it.
This one.
And the
That's
Midnight
cool,
Auto.
actually.
Yeah, that's an underrated car. I really like that car. Very cool.
I made that right here.
I've grabbed the other one.
Okay.
Very cool.
And the Benz. Wow. Good job, girls.
Very good job.
So, Cory, somebody wants to know how long does it take for the glue to dry and then before it's safe to handle, like it won't fall apart on you?
Oh, it depends on what glue you use. Right now I've been using thank you. I've been using JB Weld.
Okay.
That stuff dries up pretty quick.
Well, there's 2 different JB Welds out there.
Yeah, there's actually like 6.
Yeah. So this one. That is my go-to.
Yep, that's what I'm using right now too, and it smells horrible. And if you're in an enclosed space, please take it outside. That stuff, it will stink up an entire room really quickly.
But it dries quick. You only have to hold it there for just a few minutes. Not even a few minutes, because I can put my dragon together, and because that's what the stuff I use to build my dragons, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Yes, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So literally when I'm doing the dragons, I give myself 30 seconds. Because if I don't have it set in place in 30 seconds, then I have to start over or it's stuck where it's at.
Yeah, I've found that out with glue too, which is why I've always done the screw method.
Yeah.
That's that's the thing. There's so many different ways to do it. So
Yeah.
and none of them are wrong.
Right.
Nope.
All right. Well,
that's what's nice is there is no wrong.
No.
The whole thing is there is no wrong. And girls, please. Okay.
now any advice or any piece of wisdom you'd like to show with or share with somebody that's thinking about customizing or has been customizing or has been doing it for a while and they're just like, man, I'm not as good as other people.
Well, it's no different than you and Brent, right? Brent,
Yeah.
you only did the second one.
Yeah, I've only done really 2 customs in my entire customizing career. So
Yeah. So to me, when I'm not a professional. I do not do this to make money. I'm in it to have fun.
yeah,
Get my girls involved. This is one way of actually getting my girls involved because they enjoy building cars. They enjoy painting. They enjoy creating. It's one way that we can get together and have fun. But to anybody out there, experiment.
yeah, just
Grab a handful of cars and start cutting. That's exactly what I started doing. No.
yep, just have fun and use your imagination and enjoy it.
Yeah,
There's no right or wrong.
there is no right or wrong. And that's why I call myself the low budget because you can have fun and cut, enjoy, piece, and build something that, you can still kind of tell it's a Hot Wheels, but it's
Yeah.
a brother.
Hey, as long as you're having
Awesome.
fun.
Okay, so how we want to thank Cory for coming on tonight and doing this. He is really, really entertaining, and I thought we learned a lot tonight with this.
Made the hour go by real fast too. So
Yeah, you'll have to show us once you put it all together what the final product looked like, if you would, please.
Yep, I can do that.
If you guys would like to see more of this type of customization, please let us know in the comments of this video so that we can get an idea of what you guys are looking for. And again, this is just the beginning of a series of videos that we're going to do showing different aspects. That's all I got for tonight. Brent, you got anything?
I was just gonna open this thing real quick.
Well, do it.
And I kind of did a little pre-work because I didn't feel like getting my rear end kicked, but I really wanted to open this one. So
there you go.
I've been wanting to open this car for quite a while. So I love me some Evil Twin. But thanks again, Cory. We really appreciate it.
And I brought this one to open. I know it's not worth a lot of money, but
do it.
Oh, they don't have to be worth anything.
It's all for the fun.
I've been holding on to this thing forever. It's like, man.
Do it now.
Oh.
Oops. Hey, it's out.
It's out.
All right. Good job, everyone, tonight. Thanks again to Mr. Cory Spencer for having come on. And if you're heading out to LA, have fun, be safe, and show us some really cool stuff. Good night.
Night.
Wait.